let's kick it off with Jenna Dewan, because her attorneys claim that Channing Tatum allegedly hid details about his Magic Mike earnings and argued that the actress is entitled to a cut of the profits since they were married when the film was made.
Well, Christina, it's going to be a tough legal argument. And obviously, we've talked a lot about divorces and community property. And if you're in a community property state, everything earned during the marriage is split 50-50. And the question is the additional Magic Mike revenues, right? The sequels, the musical. Is that money that was earned during the marriage? Probably not. So I think Jenna has an uphill battle.
No, definitely. So why did it even get to this point? Why? Because I'm sure that they probably did not want this to be public since they've been, divorced or separated for quite some time. She has moved on. She's married, about to have another baby with. So why has this been dragging on for so long? And why is this public now?
Well, we know that sometimes divorces, especially in Hollywood, can drag on for quite some time. Brad and Angelina, of course, being the most famous example. But just because a divorce has been closed doesn't mean a party is prejudiced or means that they can't reopen it later if they think that there's been fraud or some other financial impropriety. And I think that's what Jenna's alleging.
So what do you think Channing's defense is right now? And what are their attorneys how are they preparing for this?
Channing's going to say, I paid you what was earned during the marriage. After the separation, the community stops. So you're not entitled to what I make going forward just because the idea, the inception was during the marriage. Right. The sequels, everything else that I earned money for, that was after the separation, and you're not entitled to it.
Why do you think she's even going forward with this? Because it doesn't sound like she has a good case in this at all.
It's a stretch, to say the least. Look, it really depends on how the compensation structure was worked out. Let's say from the jump, Channing was paid for, Magic Mike 1, 2, 3. Well, of course, then Jenna would be entitled to her share. But if these are additional films that, were thought of and the revenue was earned after, again, we've seen lawyers make all sorts of bad arguments, and maybe there's something that I'm missing. But again, unless it's revenue that came in during the marriage, was earned during the marriage, even if it was earned during the marriage but paid later, maybe she has an argument. But if it's not even earned during the marriage, I don't think she has much of a leg to stand on here.